Go ahead.
You want me to go first? I will.
You're on the couch. I mean, not on the couch.
I'm supposedly on the couch, quote unquote. I'm Ultima Mantoid.
And I'm Nico.
And he's going to be doing the actual run for this, so... you ready to start?
Yes, you can do my countdown, I guess.
Okay, I'll give you the countdown on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hit it. You wanna tell them what a Snupster present is?
Actually, I was about to.
Nice.
So, unlike a lot of other Mega Man categories, in fact, almost all of them, which start at usually like the title screen or at a specific screen in like the opening menus, Snupster Percent actually starts at the Robot Master screen. And the reason that happened, or the reason that happened was, we used to just sit
Let's
on,
ignore that.
Yeah, I didn't see anything at all.
You didn't, no?
Nope.
Let's ignore that. I always do that.
Gotta keep old habits going, right?
Listen. Serious business here.
Oh, of course, it's always serious business with you.
You think so?
But, oh yeah. But so, the reason that we start on the stage select, or the Robot Master select screen instead of the, normal, you know, whenever, like with Mega Man 1, you start on the screen that says press start. We used to sit in the Robot Master selection and just talk and just goof off before we did anything. And so it sort of kind of became like a mimetic thing. So we just keep doing it, so it kind of stuck for the category as well. So the way Snupster Percent works is it's sort of a hybrid Buster-only major glitchless category. So, like, going through the 8 Robot Master stages, everything has to be done with only the Buster. Only things that are allowed are, like, Rush or other utility items. In this particular game, Rush, you can only use him to get, like, power-ups like E-Tanks or extra lives if you feel like you need to. And so that will be a thing all the way up until he finishes his 8th Robot Master. When you get to the Wily stages, it changes, and then you're allowed to use any weapon that you want or need to, just as long as you aren't, like, zipping through the game. So...
Okay, you wanna know what happened?
What?
Megaphil wants to know what happened there. Cat jumped on my lap.
Oh. The cat?
Yep, the cat.
The cat. It's not just a cat, it is
no?
the cat. The cat with its own Facebook page.
Listen, every time I lost to you on our Snupster episodes, it was the cat.
Uh-huh. I'll believe that when I see it. I want picture proof. Get your fiancé to just snap photos and just be like, look at this! The cat costume is wrong!
Alright, I'll be back.
And then, you know, there's like 5 minutes of him just standing in Splash Woman's room, getting beat up. Having laser trident. Oh yeah, alright, so Splash Woman, there's nothing to talk about in the stage. You can actually beat it without ever firing a shot. It's one of the easiest stages they've ever done in a Mega Man game. But as far as Splash Woman goes, her whole thing is that she plays like a flute and summons these fish, and she'll just float back to the top and rain laser trident down on you, and then she'll drop back down. So, fairly simple fight. A lot of people, like on their first couple playthroughs of this game, will actually start with Splash Woman. She takes 2 points from the Buster, which everyone else in this game only takes 1, and she's got one of the best weapons in the game. It's literally like an armor-piercing laser. I mean, it's exactly what it says on the tin, laser trident. But it goes through everything. Shields, like, it doesn't actually ding. So...
Also, do me a favor, remind me of the E-Tank in Tornado Man stage.
Oh, yeah, the one up in the top left in the cloud? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, in the cloud.
Will do.
Safety threats.
Oh, yeah. And that jump that he did a moment ago before he got to the flaming tikis, that is a really scary jump. You only have a couple pixels to play with, or you'll just miss the ladder and just go right into the magma.
There's a couple of jumps here I'm gonna damage boost through, because it's so insane to actually try them.
Oh, I think I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah, the last one and one coming up here soon.
Yeah, there's only a couple pixels of leeway. I think maybe like 2 or 3 in which you can make the jump successfully without getting hit. So the mini-boss, and this is the Chinky Dragon. I was going to mention that a minute ago.
Man.
But
oh, there we go.
What he does is he breathes fire, and it shoots giant chain keys, which also are known as tackle fire. And they spawn all the way back from Mega Man 1, which is another game that'll be coming up at some point later in this evening.
There's the one. Not gonna even try
that. That damage boost comes in really handy in a couple of spots in this game. There's just some really precise platforming at certain points in this game, and taking damage, especially when it's not over a bottomless pit, can make things a lot easier. But that also brings in that you have to be careful with health management.
That's a ridiculous energy there, by the way, if you try to get that. The ridiculous jump buster only.
Oh yeah.
And you lose a lot of time. I took some risks damage boosting here, so let's see if it pays off or if we die. Doing dumb PB strats here.
So Magma Man is really tricky in the fact that he has two types of hops. He has one where he'll only move a single platform, and then he's got one where he'll do a high jump and move two.
I called it.
And yeah, that's an unfortunate death. But so like Magma Man is just tricky in the fact that the low jumps can keep you pinned up against the walls, and you want to kind of keep him in the middle so that at least you've got, you know, the low. You're kind of below him so that when he does do the short hops, you have an actual chance to get out of the way. Because if you are on a step that's higher than him when he does a low jump, it gets really, really difficult to get underneath him. Oh, nice. Good job.
Well, I redeemed myself there.
A little bit of a time loss, but nothing significant.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the harder games to get through with using only the Buster. Some of the stage mechanics are actually pretty brutal.
Fun fact is, I was never like really into speedrunning because we've done the no miss challenge. So going fast in these games is something that I rarely do. But Mega Man 9 is so fun to speedrun that I don't know, it just flows. There's no charging or sliding, so it's a bit of a slower game.
Have we got time for a donation?
Yeah, it's Galaxy Man stage. So
yeah.
Go ahead.
So here's our donation. It's from Raichu208 for $10. Race them Divil's Mup. That was like 40 minutes ago. And we also just now got one from Radman, $10. Bad net be darned. I will be here to support my fellow Snupsters. Good luck on the race, rooting for Nico so I don't get fired. This goes to the Sentinels of the Multiverse Difficulty Incentive, so we can make Leno sacred and D-Magus suffer. Alright. Thanks guys, we appreciate it a lot. Remember, this is going to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and every donation counts and helps.
Thank you so much for the donations. So, this particular level, Galaxy Man stage, the only notable things about it, as you noticed those things like a couple screens ago, there's those things that just drop down and grab Mega Man, and they'll just slide him all the way, like, in a single direction. Those can be used to your advantage, but there's one towards the end that's used in a particular trick. I don't know if Nico will go for it or not. It's a really scary trick. Yeah, because if you die, you go back to the middle of the stage, so...
I took that life because lost one. Or two.
Yeah, you'll want as many lives as you can get.
This game is really like the E-tanks are not... Like there's 2 E-tanks in the Robot Master stages, so you really have to use the shop if you wanna... like if it's your first time playing the game, you're not gonna get many E-tanks.
And that's one thing that makes this game stand out in difficulty. Again, there's just 2 E-tanks. In most of the other Mega Man games, usually there's one in at least every other level. Maybe, I think there's only 3 in like Mega Man 3. But I know that there's at least 4 in Mega Man 2, so I guess it just
And they are like ridiculous. The E-tank in Plugman and the E-tank in Tornado Man is hidden. And in the Plugman stage, it's you have to complete the Yoko blocks. in a certain way.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just hand them out like Mega Man 4 does.
Yeah,
so
and for those that don't know, Yoku blocks are the disappearing, reappearing blocks.
Yeah. So when I explain how Galaxy Man works?
Yeah, I was about to, actually. So Galaxy Man, he turns into a UFO, goes to the top of the screen, and he'll use the black hole bomb, and he'll drop it down just above Mega Man, and basically try and suck him into his position, so that he can do some contact damage. And he's got another attack where he'll just, go into UFO mode and just soar straight at you. It's sort of like an upward arc. But the further you are from him, the harder it is to actually jump over him. Because there's no sliding in this game, so it makes it, a pretty distance-sensitive thing.
Yeah, also, he can only do, he can do, the same move 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So if he goes up, he'll only do it 3 times max.
Yeah, and the real problem is that if he does the go to the top of the screen pattern 3 times in a row, that is a huge time loss, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it in a Buster-only run. In fact, there's nothing you can do about it in any % run either, because his weakness is the concrete shot, which that can stop the black hole bomb that he fires out. Like, you can just encase it in concrete for some reason. I've never understood how you just, put a black hole in concrete, but, I mean, I'm not... I'm not judging here, but,
suffice to say, the hardest Robot Master stage in the game?
I would have to agree. Tornado Man or, I guess Plug Man would be a little bit difficult if you're trying to go really fast.
I guess.
I'm trying to think if there is...
It's the infamous rain spot in this map.
Yeah, I would say that probably would be the hardest spot. So the whole gimmick of this level, aside from these platforms that he's constantly jumping on, they'll flip you upside down, and like you're stuck. It's like, imagine like a giant magnet, and you're just rotating along this magnet. It's neat, but if you're trying to go fast, you can't be upside down a whole lot because it can get in the way, especially when you've got spikes involved. But the other gimmick in this level is there's going to be some rain coming up, as well as some ice. By the way, don't forget the E-Tank.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, because there's some ice, there's like some snow, but the rain is where it gets really dangerous. The ice isn't too bad, it just makes the floor slick. But the rain is where it's at in difficulty because it forces... It like changes your momentum. You either go really far when the rain is blowing to the right, or you just don't go that far when the rain's blowing to the left. So the first set of screens, the rain's blowing against you, and so when you make the jump, it completely just negates your jump distance, and it makes anything, it's like 2 squares, which normally I think it's a 4 square limit for how far Mega Man can jump from like pixel to pixel. And,
Man, that one jump is tough.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
There's several. But, and it doesn't make it any easier when the rain is with you, because then you have,
oh man, I got it through the cloud.
Oh wow, yeah.
I knew that was there.
See, I would have jumped and just smacked my head into it and died right there.
Dies in Splash Woman stage, doesn't die in Tornado Man stage. Makes sense.
I know. Yeah, good job. So Tornado Man, his thing, he does the tornado blow, which, as you can see, it's just basically a bunch of tornadoes that go from the bottom to the top of the screen. They do damage, but at any point, if you jump during the tornado blow, your jump is incredibly high, as Nico just hit his head on the roof there. And you'll jump right into the spikes. Otherwise, he doesn't really have a whole lot. He'll kind of like hover in the air, like spin his legs really fast.
I just realized how close you get to the spikes when you do the ending pose. Like, literally like a pixel away.
I always thought you did hit them.
Maybe you do.
I don't know. We have to like get some video footage.
I never noticed it.
Actually hit and compare it.
This is one of my favorite Robot Masters ever made. Concrete Mass Fight, so good.
And so Nico has 1 E-Tank now, so he has a little bit of play space, but not a whole lot. As Wily 4 will pretty much take everything he needs. Mm-hmm. Wily 4 is the worst thing in this whole game. If you want a good speedrun, Wily 4 will make sure you never get it.
Wily Casino, you mean?
Oh yeah, that's the popular name in the Mega Man community for Wily Stage 4 of Mega Man 9. It's the Wily Casino. You are literally at the mercy of, just the random number generator. Wherever it wants to put Wily, that's where you're stuck at. And his weakness is the plug ball. So, and of course, I'm talking about all this now instead of talking about Concrete Man's level. These elephants are called Pauzos, I believe, and they're not that bad. There's 2 types. The one with the green ball knocks the ball in the air. The red ball just scoots it along the ground. And they try and suck you up inside of them with their nose. Or their trunk, I guess, since it's an elephant. It's still a nose, but...
I understand.
It has nostrils. Just because it's an elongated nose doesn't mean that it's not still a nose. It's got a
Does it actually have like 1 or 2? Does it still have 2 nostrils, though?
I think they do. Like, real-life elephants, I do believe, have 2 nostrils.
That would be amazing. Shower yourself with your own nose.
Well, they do stuff like that, apparently.
Uh-huh. Yeah, oh so yeah, the elephants. I was like, oh, people. I never heard of that.
Oh, people. Yes, we'll just shower ourselves with our own nose. I mean, that works. So, Concrete Man is one of the neatest, most intense fights in the game with the Buster. He has this nice thing called combos. And so, if he stomps the ground and you're on the ground when when he lands, you get stunned, which allows him to either encase you in concrete and then charge at you, or just straight charge at you. He fires the concrete shot, which, as you've seen, it's a scatter of 3. And, yeah, he just likes to stun you in place and just combo you to death. And I've actually had an attempt against him personally, where I just walked in, immediately got hit by concrete shot, and then he just charged, concrete shot, jumped in the air, charged, concrete, and I just couldn't get away. I was like, this is
once you get hit, you're just gonna get hit repeatedly. It's hard to get out of the limbo. I'm trying to get the E-Tank in Plug Mass stage as well, I usually do. I need the E-Tanks in wider stages in case something goes aubrey.
So, Jewel Man, I would say Jewel Man's probably the hardest fight Buster only.
Maybe?
I would think it is. It's not that it's intense like Concrete Man's is, because with Concrete Man you constantly have to be on your toes. Otherwise you just get comboed, and that's where it sucks. But with Jewel Man, it's a different story. Jewel Man has the Jewel Satellite, which is a shield, and it's considered to be the best shield that Mega Man games have ever had. You put it up, and it doesn't die, unless you hit something that is completely immune to it, which I don't believe anything in the game is immune to it. I mean, other than, Mets and maybe Sniper Joe shields. But I think Stonehead is the name of the mini-boss.
Yeah, I think Stone or Rock.
It's either Rockhead or Stonehead. He just, if he hits the ground and you're still on the ground, you'll just get knocked on your butt, and then he just rolls on top of you. But, anyways, the Jewel Satellite itself, when you're fighting Jewel Man himself, he'll put it up around him, he'll run back and forth a couple times, he'll jump when you jump, so you can use that to your advantage to keep him up in the air, but he will eventually stop on one side or the other, and then he'll fire off the 4 pieces of the Jewel Satellite. If you don't shoot him to knock the jewels off of the off from around him, it gets to be incredibly difficult to dodge. But the problem, or the trade-off, is if you shoot him when he's got his Jewel Satellite up, the jewels will come at you. So it's like he launches him as a projectile when a shot dings off of them, which makes the fight really interesting because you can still shoot through the shield at the same time. so you have a chance of hitting him through his shield. But if you knock too many jewels off at the same time, you'll just get overwhelmed and you'll take a lot of unneeded damage.
Yeah, you just have to manipulate him.
And of course, the real trick... Yeah, like, you have to manipulate him pretty much, but the real trick is that you don't know which jewel you're actually going to hit half the time. So, that's one of the patterns. If he's on the right, if you get something like that... That was a really good duel fight, by the way.
Yeah, no, I got a big energy just before the gate, so...
Yeah, you got lucky on that. Good old random energy drops.
But I still wouldn't died. I had enough. For some reason, like Mega Man 9, I think I'm better at Mega Man 9 than I am in Mega Man 4 now. Even though I played Mega Man 4 since I was 4. For some reason, this is easier.
I would say that it's just, if you've put more time into it, then you're probably better at it. Especially since I know you were really grinding your time down there for a little bit on this one.
I would guess if this was an actual Snupster race, you would be probably ahead of me because of those deaths I had.
Maybe. Because I know I'm usually pretty solid on the Robot Master levels. It's just the Wily stages I'm just not that great with. Which is usually the opposite of how it goes, because normally my Wily stages are great, my Robot Master stages are garbage, so... You're going for the, okay, so you're going that path.
I always take that for some reason. Oh, come on. Hanabiran.
Oh yeah, the worst mini-boss in this whole game, Hanabiran. So it's a stupid flower that likes to sprout up. He's got rotating. It's like a clock. Just rotates like a giant arm.
Oh my god!
And you have to get 15 shots on him. And it's just like some of the positioning. Like if he's on the very bottom, you can't hit him with the Buster without being like right next to him, which means you're going to take contact damage. If he's at the top, you have a good shot. But if he's on one of the side ones, like up in the corner, you have a better chance of hitting him and getting, like, really fast successive shots on him.
Took a lot of damage on Hanabiran, might as well grab this. Oh, okay. That works.
I mean, I would have just went ahead and grabbed the other one anyway, because it's Hornet Man, but...
No, that's a loss of a second.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, dying in... I mean, I didn't see you die there.
The cat, though.
Uh-huh. The cat.
How else would I die on Splash Woman stage? By my own hand?
Something like that.
Well, call it there.
So, Hornet Man, his pattern is super simple. He just runs to the side, shoots 3 Hornets, and rinse and repeat. If there are Hornets that are on screen, when he gets to a side, he'll just bounce back. That's literally all he does. But the Hornets are a pain because they're so small, and they take, what, is it 2 shots each? I think it's 2 shots for a Hornet.
And that can be done, no miss as well. You can do that without missing a shot. It's tricky, you have to find out the pattern, but it can be done.
Yeah, you can either just, you know, run your face into a rake repeatedly, trying to, you know, shoot the Hornets, or you can learn the pattern and learn how to dodge the Hornets, but that pattern takes a long time to do.
Welcome to the serious time stage.
Yeah, Plugman is not a joke. His stage is all time-based, especially for a speedrun. As it was mentioned... So it was mentioned earlier about Yoku blocks. They disappear and they reappear. That's pretty much all that they do. But the timing on them is based on the moment you enter the stage instead of the moment that you enter the screen that they're on. So you have to go at a very specific speed at the start of the level, and...
Let's see if I can pull this off.
You'll be able to just skip right about halfway through them.
Ooh, nice. Got the upper part.
Nice. I usually go underneath. Oh, yeah, I usually go underneath because I take damage from the med and boost across.
Oh, yeah.
But Upper path is also good for backup strats. So now we have
really
to deal with the lights out.
I'm gonna actually shut up for this one.
Yeah, I will too.
Well, there we go.
Alright, good job.
Thank you.
I like the one Mega Man that just keeps running. He just hits the spikes and dies.
Yep.
I can't remember what they're. I think Shadow Mega Man.
Yes.
Something like that. I know they're not the copy because that name's already been used, so they would have had to come up with something different.
Okay, I was too late for the first pass. There we go. Well, got through the stage without dying at least. Okay. Ooh. Well, let's see what Plugman does.
This is another really tricky fight. His
you can
hitbox
actually lock him in the pattern, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, his hitbox is actually smaller than his actual sprite. So you can stand like in the very corner where he's at, and he will jump, but he won't actually be where you're at. So the whole way this fight works is you have to keep your eye on the ball.
He's extremely easy. No damage? I don't think I got hit once.
Are you about to no damage this? Are you really?
Yeah,
wow.
I did.
Good job.
Oh, nice. We saved both of our E-tanks.
That will be extremely useful for later.
Yep. Wily 1 is not easy. The lava beams are gonna probably hose me if I'm not paying attention.
So the whole thing with Plugman there, like I said, you have to keep your eye on the ball. The plug balls will follow along the edge of the room, and when they get above you and they start to go over your head, they'll drop back down. So you have to pretty much like peel your eyes back with attention to be able to watch both plug balls going around the room and watch Plugman's positioning, especially because of the numerous types of jumps that he's got. So
this game is too short in my opinion. I should have had like Kazakh stages or something, like 8 bonus stages.
Well, they also wanted to go back to the basics too, so I can kind of see the.
But Mega Man 2 sucks too. Oh, nice.
Well,
was that my punishment for? Was that my punishment for saying Mega Man 2 sucks?
Yes, it was.
Was that it?
That was your punishment.
That was like pixel perfect did.
But you also have to think, Mega Man 2 wasn't the only one that, had just 4 castle stages and that was it. Mega Man 1 was the one. Actually, yeah, Mega Man 1 I think was the only one of the classic games that was no slide, no charge, and only had 4 Wily stages. So there's 2 ways to get through this area. You can use the Tornado Blow and activate the platforms, or you can use the Rush Coil. Or not Rush Coil, but Rush Jet. It's just a personal preference type thing.
Yeah, I like doing this. Got a life back.
Because the only thing you're really going to use Tornado Blow for, other than maybe like a certain hallway in Wily 3, if that's the sort of strategy that you're going for.
Oh, nice. Thought he was going to shoot.
But otherwise, you don't use the Tornado Blow for hardly anything in this game other than fighting Magma Man, and it doesn't even kill him. It is possible to get 2 hits on one use of the Tornado Blow, though. But it's a pixel-perfect timing on the shot.
That was a good dragon kill.
That was. So, Chinky Dragon just drops to concrete. Most like everything in this game, actually. We did a video where we just went through
this is gonna be...
And the only weapon we used was the concrete shot. Uh-oh.
That's so nervous.
Oh, wow.
Makes me nervous every time.
I usually use Rush Jet to go through there, so...
Can I reach this? No, I can't. Testing things on the first marathon run. Cool.
I mean, you can reach...
I always wondered, never tried.
You can reach the pink warp gate, but
Yeah.
Sorry, purple warp gate.
And there we go. That's actually pink.
Oh, that's such a good joke. That's
it's
good
not
mean.
a joke. We were arguing if the Wily 4 stage in Mega Man 1.
Mega Man 2.
I mean, Mega Man 2 is purple or pink.
I was just saying purple, I was saying pink just to get you going.
I understand.
And you're like, no, it's purple, and I'm like, no, it's pink.
It is purple though.
No, it is. I actually checked it out later. It's definitely purple.
It's actually not. Someone checked it within RPG. RPG. What am I saying? Oh god! I have to
in paint.
Get this.
It's like
boss
a
down
light
first.
purple. So this boss is spike pushers. As you can see, this is literally the whole fight. If they get to the left side, like if the spike ball gets to the left side, you'll have like what the top one is doing up there, where he's just shooting like those. Oh, sorry, the top two.
Okay, there we go. They insta-kill you, that was what I was meant to say.
Yeah, if the spike ball hits you, you instantly die. But if it hits the left side, they start getting this attack that goes through the floors. So it, like, aims directly at you. But there are two types of spike pushers. You have the red one, or I guess light red one.
You mean pink?
No, that's a different color. Light red is a color.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll shoot a more powerful shot, and it will move the ball a lot further. The blue ones just don't have the power behind their shot, but they shoot faster. So, Wily 2, it has some really rough spots, but it's not nearly as bad as, I guess, Wily 3.
I'm gonna be silent a lot in these stages here.
If you need me to give you some serious time, just let me know.
No, you can just go ahead and babble.
Blather on.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the gimmicks in this stage... Oh yeah, that's right. That is a good tactic to use in that room.
Yes. Learned it myself.
One of the gimmicks in this level is you have those projectors that will create fake floors. You still die if you try to land on them, because you'll just fall through and usually land in spikes. I hate that jump going to Hanabirin.
Oh! No problem. Oh, okay.
Oh god! You saved yourself!
Oh, yeah, I meant to do that.
So 5 shots to the concrete shot onto Hanabirin, and it kills that annoying flower. Everybody hates Hanabirin. I don't know of anybody that thinks Hanabirin is a good idea.
I like it.
You are lying, sir.
It's my favorite boss.
Uh-huh. How many times have you
I need to scratch my nose.
gone on the record for just being like, I hate this thing? There was an E-tank back there, by the way.
I don't need it.
Okay. Is that because you've got your 2?
Yeah, that's why. You're asking too many questions here.
Well, that's my job, commentating. I have to ask you all these dumb, tedious questions,
okay,
I guess.
There we go. The hardest parts of the game are now done.
There's one section in Wily 3, arguably. It's right before the boss, too. I know what you said.
You're not listening here. I don't understand.
Well, I mean,
hard parts are done.
Mm-hmm.
How much toothpaste do I put on my toothbrush? Just a tiny bit, like a pea size.
So are you?
I'm reading the chat at the same time. Good times.
So, are you putting toothpaste on your toothbrush so that you can wash your skeleton?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for that.
It should actually be called teeth brush and teeth paste.
Well, you know why it's called a toothbrush, right?
You don't just brush one tooth.
No, well, it's called a toothbrush because it was invented in Arkansas, and as we all know, people in Arkansas only have one tooth.
Good one. Are we banned?
I heard somebody say boo. I heard somebody booing at me, and I think it was Varn.
Well, that was bad. But We'll ignore
the Mega Mech Shark. I didn't mean to catch you off here. Yeah, Mega Mech Shark has basically 3 stages. The first one's the tail. All of them are weak to the same weapon, which is probably a good thing, since you have so much Laser Trident. I think it's only 2 shots per bar on Laser Trident, so you have like 56 shots.
Uh-oh.
But the tail...
I'm just gonna shoot. And there we go. Not risking it now.
Oh, I don't blame you.
No E-tanks yet.
That's actually a good thing. So to quickly summarize the Mega Mech Shark, the tail just fires like seeking like rockets. If you destroy them, it opens the tail hatch, so you can get a couple shots in. Then the underbelly has these 2 domes that drop these little enemies that'll like run really fast towards you, and you have to destroy the domes. And then the face just has a giant laser, and you have to hit it. So
there's so many tactics you could use in these Wily stages, like constantly switch your weapons and do this and do that, and I just love the Buster.
In some cases, switching the weapon is a little bit faster. So this is the main gimmick of Wily 3, is you have no control over going upwards. Just have this slow ascent, and you can't make yourself go any faster, you can't make yourself go any slower, and shooting any weapon at all will send you in the it will send you backwards, like propel you backwards. So I'm trying to figure...
boost in purpose as well over the spikes. One of those Magma Man jumps again. Their
yeah,
jump is ridiculous.
There's a set of spikes overhead, and it makes that particular jump really dangerous. So...
just enough tornadoes.
So you're just gonna go all in against Magma Man.
I have my M-Tank soon here, though.
That's right, yeah, there's an M-Tank coming up. I think it's the 3rd screen here.
It's after this next one, so it's
4th
the...
screen.
yeah, 4th. Just be careful around these spikes. Do. There we go, and...
So one of those things from Galaxy Man stage just drops down and takes you right to the M-Tank. But you have to be ready to just...
Never mind.
Ready to mash the Buster to get away from the wall so you can get out.
Oh, I hate this part.
This is the part I was talking about, you know that, right?
Sure. I was not listening though, so...
You're like, all the hard parts are done, and I'm like, there's still Wily 3!
Oh!
Like, hard parts are done.
The hard parts are done. See that? Joe just gone. Oh, okay. That's
so yeah, the concrete shot is a super useful weapon, as you just saw. Pretty much anything it hits, it just encases in a block of cement, and then you jump on it, and it just shatters.
I hate this.
Twin Devil!
Because I'm so bad at doing the resetting with this weapon.
Oh yeah, the resetting with the black hole bomb. So the trick with this fight is it's weak to the black hole bomb, and you constantly have to pause. Oh my god. Oh no, you almost got the 1 cycle.
Yep.
I'd say if you had the other black hole there a little bit closer to the main body, you might have gotten it. So getting a 1 cycle there is really difficult. You only have like a few frames at most to play around with. Everything needs to be pixel perfect right through there.
There we go.
But it's an easy kill. Oh no, wait, did you hit it once or twice on that last path? Because I thought it was 4 hits to kill it, not 5.
It's I almost did 4 on the first pass, but I did 3.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was, never mind, you wouldn't have gotten the 1 cycle. Yeah, getting the 1 cycle is really pixel perfect. I've watched Slurpy Ninja do this game a few times, and I have seen him actually miss that 1 cycle a few times.
Oh god, my active window went off. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
It's back. Please, computer. It's not the time. It went off again. Okay.
Pretty much all we have left at this point are the Robot Master rematches and then the 3-stage fight with Wily. Which, the fight with Wily alone can take anywhere from what? Like, I mean,
for
the third
eternity,
form
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it can take anywhere from like 20 seconds to an actual eternity. I mean, it's just a really, really random fight.
I hope my window doesn't deactivate again. Let's hope not. Oh.
Yeah, I would be careful.
I have an M-tank.
On your... Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you do have the M-tank. So, Galaxy Man, like I mentioned earlier, his black holes can be encased in concrete, which that makes concrete shot his weakness. Speaking of Concrete Man, he hates the laser trident. Problem is you're gonna run out of it. Oh, you're just gonna use it now? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
I was anticipating you to save that for Wily, but...
Nah, I suck at the laser trident at Wily. I don't know why. I'm better with the Buster. It's slower, yes, but I just do it with the Buster. Who's a speedrunner?
So you're going after the top 4.
I'm going. I have an order. You wanna have the exact amount of satellite for Plugman, otherwise you need to Buster him.
Yep. Yeah, you just have to pace your shots there so you don't have your dual satellite eaten by invulnerability frames on Plugman.
Oh, come on, menus. Can use a bit of Plugball here. Or just all of it.
And yeah, that first missed shot there, that's the reason that the Wily Casino just takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
The capsule itself is weak to Plug Ball, and it's literally a point-blank shot. If you aren't on top of Wily, you are not going to hit him with the Plug Ball.
I hate how you can't kill Magma Man completely with his weakness, like, why?
You can, but it's pixel-perfect timing on one shot.
But it was not meant to be that way.
You can't. I guess they didn't want to make him too easy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jewel Man is so much more fun when you have the Black Hole Bomb.
Yep.
Why did you... Oh, I was going to say, you didn't need to reset. You can just have him walk into it multiple times.
Sometimes it's faster that way. It doesn't always work.
Really? I've not had that issue.
Like, he can sometimes walk through it and just get hit once.
If you have him jump, and he'll land back in it, and he'll take an extra hit almost always. I don't know why she is weak to Hornet.
Me neither. We're underwater. Beasts don't go, or Hornets don't go into the sea.
I have a theory, and I think it's because she has extra baddies. And so it actually adds an element of challenge.
I can't remember where everything is. This is great. This is what you get for not sleeping at all. Oh, okay. Wow. Hornet Man got demolished.
Yeah, the Magma Bazooka is designed perfectly to take care of the Hornets. So, like as he shoots them out.
Gonna buster this. It's much more satisfying to buster it as well. And get those nice angles.
I honestly don't know if there is even a time difference between the Laser Trident and the Buster. I know
the thing is, the Laser Trident hitbox is bigger, so you can just spam it in his face.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say there, was I think it was because of the size difference on the hitbox.
Yeah, I can't do that. So we're gonna do the newbie way. Which proves to be just that.
Yes, he likes to step on his own eggs, not eat them. I mean...
Yeah, I'm in no hurry here.
It's not like you have a timer or anything, right?
No.
Alright, so phase 1 of Wily down.
Missed that one.
So this one is weak to Concrete Shot, and that's a bit of a problem if you use the Concrete Shot on Galaxy Man sometimes, because you can actually run out. Alright, get ready on time. Yeah, we both said it at like the same time. It's like, oh, here's Wily. So this is why it's the Wily Casino, other than Galaxy Man. Because he'll stay up there sometimes. Him staying up to the top of the screen actually cost me. It actually cost me the first race that we did on this game.
He can literally never come down. You could be here for 5 hours.
I mean, I think
the Hornets.
I think there was a time that this was at another event.
There we go, time.
And yeah, is it time?
That wasn't too bad, but man, the couple of deaths at the beginning. One wasn't my fault though. That's Mega Man 9.
What I love on the ending is how it just shows like every single previous attempt.
Yeah, it's really
in 8-bit. It's great.
45, 2 minutes off my PB. That's
Are you serious? That was faster than your PB?
Or... No, 2 minutes.
Oh, slower. 2 minutes behind it. I was about to say, God, dude.
But
I didn't realize you had a 40. I thought you meant like you had like a 47 PB. I was like, dude, mine's like a 44.
Yeah, mine's 43. It's not bad for a marathon, I guess.
No, you've got to account marathon luck though. So.
And Plug Man and Mega Man, no damage.
Yep, that was actually really good. Well, that was an entertaining run for sure, though.
And Mega Man 4's next?
I believe so, yes.
I will see you there.
I will see you there.
I will see you there first.
That may be a possibility.
I'll see you at the end first.
Yep. Well, I thought I would see you at the end first, but... Alright, well, that's Mega Man 9. That is a Snupster % run, so...
Love it.
I will see you in Mega Man 4, Nico.